Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Cancer February 2024 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant. Well, we have a very interesting deck this month. It's called Spolia. Now, a few years ago, the artist or artists said, we are not going to produce any more tarot cards, we're going on to other things. And so if you happen to get hold of it, it'll be at a very expensive price, I suspect, on the second-hand market. That was only ever produced in very limited numbers, and now it's not being produced at all. But the imagery is very evocative, as I think you'll find. Now, of course, over the course of the last month, I've done a number of one-on-one clairvoyant readings for Cancerians from different countries around the world over FaceTime and Skype. And if you might be interested to see what's involved in that, check out the information that's in the description box below at the end of the video. Now, of course, I charge for clairvoyant readings. What I do not charge for, though, is the other spiritual gift that I was given at birth, which is that of healing. Now, healing I provide for free. No catch, no obligation, nothing will be sold or recommended to you. Absolutely, it is just what it is, but you would understand that the healing comes through me and not from me. But I'm very happy to do that if you reach out. Now let us see what there is here. We're going to take 5 because that's all we need, because we spend more than just 2 seconds on a card. They have a lot to tell us as a general rule, do they not, subscribers? And it's great to see you again. And you also know that we don't have any video advertisements breaking their way into this content, and so you get to enjoy the experience direct and uninterrupted. So let us take our cards, shall we, for you, Cancer, for this February 2024. And now, show me the magic. Here we have the Knight of Wands. Here is Strength. Beautiful, beautiful images. Let's have a look here. The Star. Very. I like good, crisp, clean art. There is the Magician. Surely. And finally here, there is the Knight of Coins. All happening for you, Cancer, this month. Anyway, I won't give it away now. Come and sit down here, as is our usual practice. I'll bring the camera around. You and I will have a good close look at the imagery on these cards together while they speak to us both, and I will do the reading for you. Right, let's have a look. Wow, you have a line of major arcana running down this diagonal and a couple of court cards. Let's have a look at this first card, which is that of Strength. Let's have a look at the painting on it. Well, maybe it's by coincidence, but this is really about lust, having a lust for life itself, you know, rather than strength as in the ability to undertake physical movement and physical exertion. This is Leo, ruled by the Sun, with Uranus exalted. The feeling around here is that of, you know, when you might see a plate of chocolates, and that brings up a feeling inside of you which is, well, probably one of enjoyment. Well, this is the tasting of the chocolate, which is that sinking into the enjoyment, the physical enjoyment, the emotional and mental enjoyment of the candy itself. And so there is if you like, a lust in the sense of a broad sense of enjoying what life has to offer. Now, what this is saying to me is that, well, with Leo here, you are going to have really a creativity that is able to be sparked off in a number of different directions. You'll have great talent. You will actually have endurance. Even though I'm saying that this is about lust, this is a strength card after all. There's a great degree of endurance with you, and there'll be the integration, the bringing together of your animal energies, I see here. And in particular, you'll be overcoming old fears and conditionings. They won't have any effect on you anymore. Now, I think what we see here is there is this woman sitting on the back of the lion here Well, this is a representation almost of divine intoxication, of divine ecstasy, of divine madness. The woman herself might be intoxicated. And I think what's going on here also is that there is this ability to merge the spiritual and the human together. Remember, you are here to live a human life. Now, the other things which are coming up to me immediately are that you'd also have great courage during this time and the ability to take action. You are going to control your life forces. Interestingly, I am having the energy here also of a great love affair. Now, this might be the deepening of an existing love relationship or the embarking upon a new love affair of whatever duration that happens to be. Now, she's sitting on top of this animal here. Well, you know that your animal within isn't tamed or integrated through struggle or through repression, but by understanding it and surrendering to it. The strength that you gain in this process is going to help you overcome those old fears and any restrictive conditioning or thought patterns. And I think that this is represented by this flower, which is being held by the woman in her hand there as well. Now, the energy that's coming through here is also saying that you might be challenging conventional views on what is actually a spiritual path that is satisfactory for you. And you need to understand that you need to be true to yourself in this way. What this is also saying is that you certainly are not going to be punished by God, because God has no moral issues about your love life at all. So guilt and self-inflicted punishment in that area are wrong. I do think that you could also have a great passion for a particular situation. In addition, as I say, to a particular person, you will be engaging with life to the fullest. You must do so. And you've got to be comfortable with your sexuality. Now, accept your sexual desires for what they are. Rejoice in them, but don't let them throw your life out of balance. Do something because you love it. I'm getting the feeling here of you actually just saying, look, I want to spend time doing this because I'm really interested in it. Now, if you are ready to accept all which you find in yourself, you are going to be able to move through everything with deep sensitivity, awareness, love, and understanding. Now, what areas of your life would you like to live out more fully? What has prevented you from doing so in the past? And are you ready to deal with this now anew? Take in everything with more awareness. You know, you often experience emotions such as love, or sadness, pain, or rage, or fear. You can experience them as obstacles only because you have never learned how to use them as firewood to stoke that fire of energy, enthusiasm, and esteem within you. Say this to yourself: I enjoy expressing my energy, my vitality, and my enthusiasm in all that I experience. I am a person of great character and strength. I have unlimited creative resources to tap into and to express, and I enjoy living life to the full. Now, going down that diagonal, I think, let's have a look at this star card. A star. What strikes me immediately here is these 7 pointed stars, which are about divine protection and encouragement of you here. Now, this is Saturn ruling Aquarius with Neptune, exalted. Well, Aquarius is all about the individual and uniqueness, and yet it has an overall humanitarian outlook, I think, doesn't it? Don't you find that with Aquarian people? Well, this energy here shares these qualities in that it is reminding you of the divinity and uniqueness within you, while encouraging you to be a pipe to bring down from being itself your highest potential. There's a great degree of inspiration around here now for you. There's the crystallization, the manifestation of things. You see, this number 18, this is about manifestation. It's also about universal intelligence and your ability to connect to universal intelligence. You'll have a radiating magnetism during this period, and I've got to say that people are going to find you very physically attractive. So do with that what you may want to. But you'll also be recognizing yourself and having a trust in yourself. There's a great degree of hope entering into your life now, because you are going to be filled with happiness. There are opportunities presenting themselves to you which gives rise to optimism. In fact, this bringing down the divine is bringing with it cosmic blessings, and that's going to help you in all forms of peace and tranquility. You know, this energy represents a really beautiful process. Cosmic inspiration of the highest nature is being provided to you, and you'll have the ability to make things happen as a result of that on the material plane. Now, Aquarius is what I see as an astrological energy around here, and we can see the water dripping down on the side there. Well, she is fully open to input from the spiritual plane, and she passes it on in full service to the highest good. She is the channel used by divine energy to manifest on earth. And the miracle is that you are standing in her shoes at this time. There is a new crystal clear vision that is going to lend form and purpose to that which maybe only a moment ago was just a vague impression or unformed ideas floating around in your mind, because now you gain a more penetrating view into the boundless potential of your development. Now, the power of inspiration that you are receiving, it gives wings to your soul and lets the apparently impossible happen in marvelous ways. Now, following on from this strength card here, this is also reinforcing, this is such a good month for you. This is reinforcing that you are going to be fulfilled and inspired by life. And it is a reminder to follow your dreams and those things which give you the most inspiration. Be open to love and trust creation and what it brings. And I think encouragement is now being given that maybe you have had some hard testing times in the past, haven't you? But now is the time to move forward with a renewed hope and live an inspired life in which you can express yourself fully. So let your star rise and stay in contact with the earth. Trust your environment and find ways to let others share in it. You will be tested and recognized by the fruits you bear. Ask yourself this question: are you totally fulfilled in your present area of work? And if not, what are you going to do about it? Check to see if you are doing everything possible to bring your ideas into reality. And say this to yourself: I am a radiant light being. I am a star that walks upon a bigger star. I see what can be of benefit to people around me. My creative powers of imagination and my connection to all-encompassing consciousness, they show me the way to realize my ideas. And then, what do we have here? Well, another very creative card, and also one which, again, I can't get over how good this energy is for you this month. Here we have, what have we got going on here? Well, this is an unusual picture of the magician, isn't it? He's balancing there quite well. Now, he has a hand pointing up and a hand pointing down. This too is bringing cosmic divine energy into your life. And this is showing you that you have everything at your disposal already that you need to start making small, positive changes in your life step by step. Now imagine, can you make out these things here? There is the sign for fire. What is that? That is the sign for air. That is the sign for earth. And that is the sign for, what would that be? Must be water at the bottom, is it? Very hard for me to see as well. But anyway, the four elements are there, and the four suits of the tarot. Now, this person here is represented, I think, by the Greek god Mercury, the messenger of the gods, with wings of pure spirit. Mercury bears energy which spreads and radiates from him. And this represents will, wisdom, and word through which the universe was created. Now, Mercury balances with great skill on what those things might be. Are they bubbles or are they rocks? And he has with him the different tools of communication represented by these suits of the tarot here. He is a genius at using all of the possibilities available to him. Now, Mercury is a very dual character. Mercury, I'm calling it a he, but it could well be a she, because Mercury is really neither male nor female. And Mercury is something of a amoral, that is neither moral or immoral, so it can really stand for both truth and for falsehood. And what he is doing is he is bringing all set ideas and judgments that you hold into question. Now, this might make him appear to be in something of a questionable light himself. But as a creative creature, he doesn't know any conscience. He uses all tools, all methods to arrive at his goal. Now, the temptation to misuse his talent is therefore great. His ability and skill lend him superiority and power, and in a sense, he moves on that very narrow border between white and black magic. Now, this means that he needs constant self-examination. He can use his talents in a way which is all about looking after himself and aggrandizing himself, or he can use talents in the service of love and light. But this is saying to me that you will be in a period of great communicative talent and ability, great powers of communication here with you. In fact, I think you'll have playful dealings with all possible forms of communication. You'll be very flexible. Look, dare I say it, I think that people are even going to see you as having a great degree of brilliance about you. There's a lot of action here, a lot of power. There's the manifestation of your powers and desires, but that is not at all surprising given the other cards we've seen in this diagonal. And you'll have great willpower. You will be something of a smooth talker, I think. And I do get the feeling around here that you might be considering things such as small business. Can you turn a hobby into a business? Self-employment is, for some reason, something that's coming around here. This is a time to create something in your life and bring into reality what you want. You have a strong desire to begin something new. And this is really about manifesting your goals by using what you have around you. I think what you should be doing also is focus on a specific goal. Don't spread your energies. And have good motives and intentions. And if you do, it is going to happen. Now, I also think that you'll have a great sense of timing during this period, and you'll have flexibility in all aspects of communication. I think you could be quite gifted in the visual arts, music, sorting out problems for people, being a negotiator. It's also very strong for people in public relations or mass media, all those things which involve those sort of principles, even if you're not in that particular job. You'll have a very good ability to see other people's communication patterns, and communication is going to have a big part to play in your life during February. You now have at your disposal brilliant capabilities which you should share with other people. Now, one important task is to find or to create the proper surroundings for your activities. And ask yourself this question: in what areas lie your talents? With what methods and in what surroundings can you pass them on to others? Do what you enjoy and that you are good at. If you do what you enjoy, then you will never work a day in your life. Now visualize your ideal area of activity and describe it specifically, and think of it before you go to sleep each night, and say to yourself, I create magic when I use my inherent gifts and talents. I honor the resources of skilled communication which are within me. The full expression of my creative potential fulfills me, and it makes me happy and satisfied. And then following on from that, get this very complementary energy that's coming through here as well. This is also aiding you. What is this picture? It's very interesting, isn't it? Here is, well, this looks like a lava flow. This is obviously some volcano around somewhere, which means that the earth around here, volcanic earth, is very fertile and gives rise to plant life and growth. And there's a warrior standing there, moving slowly, I suppose, in the way that lava moves, slowly and steadily, but nevertheless achieving things and overcoming obstacles. Sort of like the John Wick character in Hollywood movie fame. Keanu Reeves plays John Wick. Actually, some years ago, I don't know whether it's still the case, I remember seeing on the internet, it was June 12th. June 12th is known as Cheer Up Keanu Day, Keanu Reeves, because there was a photo taken of Keanu Reeves, that massively wealthy, very A-list film star, sitting by himself on a park bench, just holding a brown paper bag with some sandwiches in it, and he was just eating some sandwiches by himself on a park bench, looking down at the ground, sort of pessimistically in a sense. And so this great movement turned up which said, this is Cheer Up Keanu Day now. So people will then make memes and add different photos to him, like have him sitting next to different people and doing different things. Just say that as a by the by. But here we have the energy of Taurus, and the energy of Aries around here. So you are going to be energetic. You will be very capable at managing things. Now you're going to be very difficult to become angry, but if someone really pushes your buttons, then you will become angry. This in a sense is saying to take things slowly, step by step. Do the things that you're good at and that you know. Don't create any revolutions at the moment. But I do see you having design, which can also be involved in planning. It can also be to do with hair and makeup. It can also be to do with software. It can also naturally be to do with buildings and construction activities. You'll have a great energy to bring to bear on practical matters here. You're going to be very energetic and enduring. Again, is this thing coming from this strength card here. And you'll be a very capable manager, and you'll be persevering. You'll be competent and ingenious, thoughtful, I think, and cautious. Now, definitely you're going to be trustworthy, and you're not going to be able to be put off things. And you will find new uses for common things around you. You'll be able to adapt to circumstances and turn them to your advantage with a slow, steady, well thought out plan. Now he represents the process of blooming and pollination, I think, as a result of this volcanic activity here. I think that this is a time when you're taking responsibility for your own life and becoming focused. You may well be quite good at sport if you're doing that, and you'll be putting a lot of effort into practical things, which could even be cooking, for example. But this is a time in your life when you're going to be very goal-oriented and want to sort out the material side of your life, such as health, career, those things that are tangible to you. This is the time to take action, you know. The stars are all aligned, because if you do so, important experiences will result. Now, what activities do you enjoy? As I say, do what you enjoy, then you don't have to work. What activities would help you towards self-realization? And say this to yourself: I am finding the activities that fulfill and satisfy me. And then finally, I think it's finally, isn't it? I have to get through this rather quickly, I'm afraid. A lot of Cancer in this card, incidentally. A lot of Cancer energy around here. There's also Leo, I've got to say. Let's have a quick look at the card itself. There's an intensity here. Maybe a blossoming love, that's coming through again. A lot of intuitive creativity. It's as if you are coming out of the darkness and into light. Now, the impression I think that this night is making is one of definiteness, openness, and freedom loving here. He personifies the mastery of intuitive creativity, and all of his senses are geared towards being used for a creative purpose. He trusts his intuition, and he surprises others with his original ideas and solutions. And I think he'll be doing exactly that. Nothing is going to hinder the creative flow that's coming from you. This blazing fire is what is keeping you in motion. Again, a blossoming love. This is a turning point. If things in your life have not been going so well, there's also the deepening of an existing relationship here. Yes, as I say, a turning point is what I'm getting here. And you should use his enthusiasm and energy to move on to better things with the same confidence that he has. And he is also reminding you to engage in life, to love life, to have a lust for life. And you'll be able to and ready to tackle any challenge that comes your way, as you are going to overcome things. Be generous, loyal, and maintain a sense of humor. You have all of you need, so don't let yourself be contained. Don't let yourself be slowed down. Life now is prepared to receive you. Trust your potential. Spread your arms wide and breathe deeply into your heart and say that, I love life and life loves me. What a great spread of cards. Didn't you do a good job? Well done. Well, I told you that the art on these cards was very interesting, didn't I? And very rare, it seems, today. And I hope you enjoyed that reading as much as I enjoyed giving it to you, which I certainly did. It's great to see you, and thank you. Now, the only favour that I'd ask if you have made it this far is, would you do me the favour of pressing the like button on the way out? That's good for the YouTube computer, as you would understand, and allows people to come and see these readings. Now, of course, unless I see you privately, then the next time I see you will be next month. And so remember that, until then, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.